Well, to look at this matter is Idayo Opis, a legal practitioner. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
For so many Nigerians, they had a sigh of relief having to see that the Governors Forum is back together as one united Governors Forum, even though we have some dissenting voices. Well, let's look at the Governors Forum holistically. Some have looked at it as just a club of people of like minds to share ideas, which that is what it is. And for some others, they think that, that interregnum they witnessed had not helped the polity for a long time.
Well, the Governors Forum, if truth must be told, is a very, very unconstitutional body. One of their own, the governor of Bayelsa State, in premium time some time ago, said it's a pressure group to confront the federal government, and to that extent that they should soft pedal on their modus operandi. And as they are reconvening too, he made a similar statement. But I'm not hinging what I'm saying on that. I'm just saying that he also feels that way. He's a member of the body. I'll start by telling you that the Governors Forum is an affront on Section 183 of the Constitution. If you have a copy, you turn to Section 183. I read. The governor shall not, they didn't say may not or cannot, they say shall not, that's an obligation. During the period when he holds office, hold any other executive or paid employment in any capacity whatsoever. I'm very interested in the words here, shall not, and in any capacity whatsoever. When the words shall not are used, it's a compulsion. You have no choice in the matter. So in any capacity whatsoever, you can't hold a paid employment, you can't be an executive in any organization, in any capacity whatsoever that calls for such executive position. That is the Nigerian Constitution. These governors have sworn to uphold this Constitution.
I'm happy you said paid employment.
Paid employment is inapplicable here. But what's applicable
because I wanted to say the Governors Forum, I wanted to ask you if they draw salaries from the Governors Forum.
No, but there are two things here. One, you can't be in paid employment. Two, you can't belong to any organization in any executive position whatsoever.
Is this an executive? You consider this an executive position?
Yes, they're in an executive position. I'm coming to that. Now, what is the meaning of executive? The Black's Law Dictionary of the English language defines executive. Duties in such capacity relate to the active participation in control, supervision, and management of any business. You can't be in active control. Now, what do we have with Nigerian Governors Forum? This is the Constitution speaking. I have a copy of the Nigerian Governors Constitution, Nigerian Governors Forum Constitution. I got this from we applied to the Corporate Affairs Commission. It's a certified true copy of the Constitution. Article 7 tells us, it's an answer to the question we are raising here. I have it, it's clearer here, Article 7. Article 7 lists out the functions of the Executive Committee. And the Executive Committee is made up of governors, 7 governors. Now, the form, executive, the word executive is used in that committee. Let's go to the substance of that. What did they do? I'm reading from Article 7. The Executive Committee is the central executive organ of the forum, with the general responsibility of steering the affairs of the forum. The Executive Committee shall, in addition to its general responsibility, perform the following duties: assign members based on their competence and backgrounds to the forum standing committees and task forces, appoint the chairman of the standing committees and task forces, decide on the specific tasks and assignments to be handled by the standing committee and task forces, oversee the work of the standing committees and task forces, identify and define the major national policy issues and state-level programs, initiatives in which the governing board is to focus attention, organize, issue out invitation, and decide on the agenda of the General Council of the Governing Board, decide on the structure of the Forum Secretariat, appoint the Director General, Executive Directors, and all principal staff of the Forum Secretariat, and approve, based on the recommendations of the Director General, all other appointments of the Forum Secretariat, and approve the remuneration, condition of service, and code of conduct of bureau. Look, it's what I've read is
I'll let you give explanation to this particular section of the Governors Forum
Yes.
Constitution. That's after we go on a short break. We'll be back.
Okay.
Champions of the Giant National Kids Cup! You want the trophy? Come and get it!
That's right. Toybet Primary School are the defending champions of the Channels National Kids Cup. Sadly, they will not be featuring this year because the competition has just gotten hotter. It's season 7 of the football tournament, and 16 schools will battle for the trophy. Come witness the skills at the grassroots as teams from these states compete for pride and glory. Venue for action will be the Teslim Balogun Stadium from the 21st till 27th of May. For more information, visit Channels TV website or call these numbers. This year's edition is in partnership with Eco Football. Channels National Kids Cup. We catch it then. Yeah.
Welcome back. We're still looking at the Governors Forum, legality, otherwise, and its function with Idai Obi, legal practitioner. You are looking at a section of the Governors Forum Constitution.
Article 7. And from what I've read, saying that you cannot in any capacity whatsoever be an executive member, that provision is wide enough to embrace all this. You can't do all this. You're an executive. You're in charge. You're the steering committee. You control it. You manage it. This is against what the Constitution is saying in Section 183. Why is the Constitution saying this? Nigeria is going through some serious crossroads. We don't have jobs. We don't have power. We don't even have the economy going on properly. The governor's work is time sensitive. You don't need distractions. I want to shed some more light. Let's go to Section 308, immunity. Why did the Constitution grant immunity to the governor? It's not a luxury. It's because the Constitution does not want distraction for the governor. For the 4 years you're there, face your business. Do your work. No distraction. That is why it says you cannot hold executive, you cannot leave that. Now you run elections, they control each other. The last election they fought, they even went to court. With which time? What time value? The time value you're supposed to put in your work as a governor. You fritter it away. And the Constitution is saying, no, you cannot do that. That's why Section 183 is there.
Mr. Idai Obi, you do realize that all that you've put forward is highly debatable because what the Constitution would seem it was trying to avoid is a situation where you're running a state business and you're also running a company or some business which is supposed to pay you, or maybe you even say you're not getting paid, but maybe some profit is accruing to the organization that you head. The definition of executive, which you read out from the dictionary, talked about business. By that, some profit is implied. But from what you've read in the act or setting up the Nigeria Governors Forum, it's not a law, but the Incorporation Act as signed with the CAC, there's no talk of profit or even monies there. What they're talking about is paying their secretariat staff for those who will help them run the office while they are gone. How is this freedom of association also as enshrined in the Constitution against this section of the Constitution?
The freedom of association, I'll come to that. Before I come to freedom of association, let me take the first one you said. Business as used there is not just commercial business, any enterprise. Business on its paid employment is there are two things. One, you can't be in paid employment. Two, you can't be an executive member. And they use the word in any capacity whatsoever. These things I've read out. That provision is wide enough to embrace them.
That's what they are. They are governors, and they're not holding any other thing in any other capacity.
No. I'm saying
Aside
in the
being
Governors Forum,
governors.
mind you, the Governors Forum is a purely private enterprise. It's not a governmental enterprise. It is registered under Part C of the Companies and Allied Matters Act. What they do is their business. It's registered under Part C. Another Part C, you register such businesses that for which is either you have a board of trustees to do whatever you've registered to do. That's their business. It is not a constitutional body or a body that was brought into existence by a statute. No. They came together as individuals, and then they went to the CAC and registered themselves as a private concern.
So what's wrong in that?
It's against the spirit of the Constitution.
And the same Constitution empowers everyone, governors inclusive, freedom of association.
Let me come to that. That's the way I'm going to right now. For you and me, we have freedom of association. The governors do not have. I will explain what I mean. Once you become a governor, Section 40 is subject now to Section 183. You enjoy your freedom of association subject to Section 183. Me and you were not governors. We can go to any association. We can be executive chairman or whatever we want to be. But once you become a governor, for the 4 years you are in office, your Section 40 is now subject and is curtailed by Section 183. You cannot belong to a body where you be actively involved at the same time you're running your state. Where is the time? I said before that Section 308 on immunity is not a luxury. You're supposed to be in power, and for the 4 years, even to go to court, the Constitution says you cannot be sued. No legal proceedings can be brought on you, civil and criminal.